There I was, sitting in a large group project setting, not a single word or idea being thrown out by my peers. We all had ideas in our minds, but nobody wanted to speak out first. So I had to. I always had an idea, but then I realized something in that moment, something powerful. Leadership starts when a person has courage to take the first step to initiate any sort of action. My name is Brian, and I want to talk to you today about a leadership trait that's helped me in every team that I've been a part of, whether it's academically or professionally. What exactly is initiative? By definition, initiative is the ability to use your judgment to make decisions and do things without needing to be told what to do. So, why is it that hard for people to take initiative in life? Often it comes down to fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of stepping out of the comfort zone. People often wait for permission or instructions to avoid making the wrong decisions. Others may lack confidence or don't think about taking action, but honestly, taking the initiative is one of the most empowering things anybody can do. It means knowing when something needs to be done, even when no one else says it. After practicing it, it becomes a habit that will open doors, build trust, and set you apart as a leader in any environment. I would like to give a few personal examples today. So, I have one personal example from my work. In one of my jobs, I clearly remember me and a few other coworkers sitting, not sitting, but congregating in one area. And I had just arrived in this area, and I realized they weren't doing anything. My boss at the time and my team leader weren't present. They were out, and so all of them were just sitting there not doing anything. And they already knew what their job was supposed to, or what their job was supposed to be, but they just sat there and were just talking and not really doing anything. And the work needed to be done because if we didn't get it done, we would have to stay longer. So then I had to go up to them, and then I had to start talking to them. I had to say, "Hey, guys, look, we have this to do. We have this amount of time. Let's get it done, unless you guys want to stay longer." Of course, I didn't want to, but if we needed to stay longer, we would have stayed longer. So then I told they already knew what to do, but I repeated to everybody what they should do, and so I basically took the initiative and starting a not emotion, but just an action because we were just wasting more time just being there, had nothing been done. So that was in my work life. Now I have another example in my academic life, and this happened as of recent, within the last 6 months. Yeah, the last 6 months. So we had a group project. We weren't assigned groups, so I got strangers for my group assignment, and I had to go and talk to everyone and make a group chat because nobody wanted to meet up. So I had to go to every single one, get their names, get their numbers, and then create a group chat so we can all communicate with one another. 2 weeks later, I called the group to meet up, and half the group didn't meet up. The other half did. So we started on the project because it wouldn't have been started had I not said anything. So we started on it, and we worked through it, of course, and we were struggling because we were down a few members who weren't communicating with us to the best of their ability. And so eventually, around 3 weeks, once we had a lot of work done, I brought it to the professor, and basically, he didn't like our work. He said all of it was wrong. It's not what he was looking for. So I had to break it. I had to break the news to my group members because it was only a few of us who spent so much time, effort, and work to create something that we're going to get a zero on. So I had to break the news to them. I did. Of course, their expressions and feedback was not positive, but we had to work with what we could. So I told them, "Hey guys, I know we're not going to want to, and I don't want to either, but we're going to have to restart. We're going to have to restart." And in that moment, I really went to get those other group members who didn't help the first time around, and I got them. I was able to get them through a little pressuring, of course, but I was able to get them to help with our assignment. And somehow, some way, we were able to finish the project with only 1 or 2 days of time left, and we got 100 on it. But had I not been that project or in that group, none of my group members would have said anything. They wouldn't have started, and I'm sure if if they had been told that it was all wrong, they would have just left it. And they would have gone to zero. So it's very powerful to take the initiative first. I may seem confident right now, just talking to you, but I wasn't always like this. Before, I guess around high school, before high school, I was the most shy person you could meet. I would not talk to anybody. I wouldn't really make any new friends that I already had since middle school. I just didn't. I was a person who was very alienated, and it was hard to progress through school. But then I started talking more, asking more questions, just putting my voice out there, and I guess that in turn helped me be more confident with myself. And I guess also with sports, it helped me expand out and learn more about communication and just working in a group setting with other people I have and haven't seen. So if I was able to change, I'm sure you could too. It doesn't require a genius or a gifted athlete to be able to take the first step. All it takes is a resolve to step out of your comfort zones and be the change you want to see. Of course, it's harder said than done, but the rewards are plentiful. Take the initiative and never regret being the one to do it first. Thank you for your time and patience.